Hello everyone, my name is Comic Maker and welcome back to another episode of Free Draw Friday. Today we are going to do something a little different than normal. This week we're going to look at two Free Draw Friday videos that didn't quite make the cut. The reason why I'm doing this, well, as an artist sometimes we might make art that we just are not happy with at all. Sometimes it's the pose, or it's something that we aren't strong at drawing, such as hands or backgrounds or faces, or we just flat out don't like what we're drawing. Even some of your favorite YouTubers or artists make stuff that they just don't like sometimes, and oftentimes an artist might hear from other people, "You're really good though, and the drawing looks fine, so what are you worried about?" But in the end, it boils down to if you yourself are satisfied with the end result. And for me, well, these two videos that you're going to see today just did not do it for me. The first fail that we're going to look at today is Monica. Just Monica. But actually, no, because there is a second video. Sorry, I couldn't help that joke. Anyway, after playing and watching Doki Doki Literature Club with my husband, I knew I really wanted to make some fan art related to the game. I decided that I was going to try painting a more realistic Monica on this particular day, so I ended up spending way longer than I should have on poses and reference and images, and already I was frustrated when I started this painting because I just wasn't finding the reference that I was happy with, so that was my first red flag. Maybe if I had come back to the drawing when I was feeling better about it, it might have turned out better in the end, but I really wanted to jump in on that day and just draw. I was already not liking how the sketch was coming out. I think I drew her lips down too low and she kind of had like a monkey-like upper lip that was like longer, and I was just struggling, but often I find that if I keep working at it and tweak things as I go, that I'm usually happier with the end result as I go on. But that was not the case this time. I was actually feeling a little better about it after I started inking. This was actually the first time that I was using the brush pen that I use all the time in my videos now for a full illustration, and I was loving the way that it was looking. But as I was finishing up, I got a phone call from my husband on his way home, and here's an actual clip of me telling him how I'm just not happy with how the drawing's coming out. Yeah, I don't think it's coming out very good, but you know. I was trying to do like a kind of realistic version of Monica, and I don't really like it. It looks very graphic novel. You can tell I've been reading a lot. A question you might be asking yourself at this point is, why am I showing you these mess-up videos? When I was a kid, learning to draw from elementary school through high school, I often got discouraged when I would see artists that I liked, or comics, or anything like DeviantArt-wise, like artists that I followed there, where I thought that they got drawing right every time. And if I couldn't draw what I thought in my head, I couldn't get it out with my hands, I felt discouraged that why could they do it but I couldn't. It wasn't until I became an adult and saw that you are nowhere near perfect all the time that I realized it was important to recognize our failures and flaws to see how we can grow from them. Normally, you only see your favorite artists post clean and polished work that they are satisfied with, but they probably spent a lot of time planning and practicing to get a satisfying result in the end anyway. I made this video because I saw a couple comments asking how I draw so perfect in every video. Well, honestly, I am nowhere near perfect, and I make stuff I don't like all the time. There are lots of things I'm very bad at drawing, like I'm not very good at perspective, I never properly learned that, and buildings I'm not very good at, that's probably because of perspective, and nature I'm not totally that great with. Sometimes I'm not very good with depth either. I'm always growing, and I'm thrilled that you guys are sticking around for the good, and now also the bad. In the end, I decided to just let the piece go and do something else. And honestly, I'm glad that I did. After giving myself some space and letting myself calm down and figure out where I had gone wrong in this drawing, I actually ended up doing the other Doki Doki Literature Club fan art video that's on my channel that I was much happier with in the end. The second video we're going to look at today was actually an idea that I at first thought would be fun. I found a website that had a random anime girl generator, and I was going to have it create a girl, and I was just going to do a quick drawing of her. It sounded super simple at first, but this was a disaster before it even started. To be honest, besides this clip, I had tried using the random generator about 4 or 5 times, and another red flag, I was already frustrated when I had started the video because all the characters just looked weird because they were kind of like blurred and meshed together, but I ended up settling with the girl that you see here. And I cut a lot of the moments where I stopped drawing out of being frustrated out, but you can see where I erased the bow a couple times and try a couple different bows. And towards the end of this video, I do stop and eventually put an X next to the drawing and just give up entirely. But why did I give up on this? Honestly, the images for this generator were hard to make out, like I said, and I probably should have just relied more on my own ability to make up my own poses and to just use the colors and stuff as like a base for the character. I ended up just trying to draw from the picture in the end, and I just was looking at it instead, and it just ended up looking boring and ugly. Also, the markers were smearing some of the ink, especially around the mouth, and I got more and more frustrated, and I just scrapped it. I just couldn't do it anymore, and I actually ended up making the Agretzko video instead, which I ended up loving. Just remember that every failure is one step towards improving. Think of it as like EXP from a video game or something. Main point being, don't give up and keep drawing. With that, that is it for me. Have a wonderful weekend to you and you and you and you, and I hope that we can draw together again soon. Bye, guys.